Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle then. So Leicester City have got their man. They have appointed Ruud van Nistelrooy as new head coach. Then the documents are due to be signed by his camp and then it's 100% completed. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the new Leicester City boss then at the King Power Stadium. Let me know your thoughts on the breaking news then. It's just come out by John Percy. We thought we'd come live and get everyone's views on this one then. How is everyone regarding the news? Guys, as always, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to come on and give me your views regarding Ruud van Nistelrooy and what your thoughts are as the new manager has been announced in at the King Power Stadium. It'd be rude not to, let's be fair. And yeah, there was a lot of speculation regarding Ruud van Nistelrooy. The betting, well, they was really low on Ruud van Nistelrooy yesterday. And Footy Insider were the one that broke the news yesterday, saying it was close after talks had begun. And yeah, Leicester City have now got their man. The Dutchman. Will he be the Flying Dutchman at the King Power Stadium is the big question. And can he get Leicester City safety in the Premier League as he gets to work now on the Premier League side? And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one as the Van Nistelrooy era begins. Hope everyone's well. Renee, good to see you back. Welcome to the club, Ruud. Why'd you have to be so rude? Definitely stays up. Yeah, good evening, Jack. Hope you're well. A good appointment, in my humble opinion. Yeah, Dawn, hope you're good. Sounds like you're having a bit of a party there, Dawn. Evening, Jack. I'm buzzing with this, mate. Ruddy the Fox. No, Rudy. Savvy appointment. Hopefully he can get the tune out of this mob. Also will be backed. That is the big thing. That is the big thing. Ruud van Nistelrooy being backed in January. It's going to be a big, massive window for Ruud van Nistelrooy in January then. Of course, he replaces Steve Cooper, who got sacked on Sunday. And Leicester City have been very shrewd to get a new manager in by this week. And they have. From Manchester United to Leicester City. Some big games coming up for Ruud as well, starting with Brentford on Saturday. Then we host West Ham United. Brighton is coming up as well. And other games as well for Ruud to really sink his teeth into this squad. And let's hope Ruud can get a real tune out of this Leicester City squad. Ruud, of course, we all know, managed at PSV. I think Ruud's the type of manager he's not sort of cut any corners, has he, in his career. He started off the bottom, now he's here, you know, and he managed at the youth level at PSV. He then managed PSV and won them 2 trophies in his first season there. And then he ended up leaving PSV. I think he won 34 games at PSV, losing 8, drawing 8. His first team coach there. Comes to Man United, assistant manager under Eric Ten Hag. He then went interim at Man United and obviously beat us twice, which we can move on from. But no, I think it'll be an exciting appointment. It's one that the owners really spoke well of with this one, that they wanted a manager who could really come in and do the style of football that they really crave. And, you know, hopefully this style of football the players can really get on board with. You know, he brings big experience, doesn't he, in the world of football, Ruud van Nistelrooy, for what he's achieved in the past and that as a player and that. And, you know, I think he's one that the players will really look up to, you know, and got the best out of his squad at PSV, the likes of Sangare and players like that. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think Gakpo was there as well under Ruud van Nistelrooy. So yeah, it's can't wait to see who his number 2 is going to be. It's not been confirmed yet. Well, it's just a little bits of paperwork that need to be completed. The deal's done, as far as John Percy said it is. So, yeah, Leicester have got their man, you know, and hopefully it's a good bloody video when they do bring it out of Ruud van Nistelrooy. And a positive with Ruud van Nistelrooy, it has a good pull. Lots of players would want to play under him potentially. This is the thing, you know, he's going to obviously bring his new backroom staff in and stuff like that. We have not appointed him yet. The thing is, the appointment's done. It is. John Percy's confirmed it. Fabrizio's confirmed it. And other news outlets have confirmed Ruud van Nistelrooy is set to be named Leicester's manager officially by the club, which will be in the coming hours or so. But yeah, it's a exciting appointment. Like Sam Martin says here, one of the all-time Premier League greats, looked impressive during his limited time at Manchester United. He's got a huge job ahead of him for sure, but hopefully the fans can get behind him and the board can back him. If he got his boots, he could probably make our bench. I mean, that's probably how you describe Ruud van Nistelrooy, you know, and yeah, Leicester's got their man. You know, Ruud van Nistelrooy, like I said, were favourite in the bookies. John Percy did go and say earlier on about David Moyes, Graham Potter. But yeah, he's set to be appointed. Agreements done, documents being signed with his camp, and that has been reported by the Telegraph. Anything can happen though, Jack. Look how many Fab confirmed signers for in the summer that didn't. But the thing is, Big John Percy's confirmed it, so it's got to be spot on, hasn't it? I think John Percy was the one that broke the Steve Cooper one as well. Obviously, we've got to move on from bloody Steve Cooper. I think having the Man United links be very useful for the future. The thing is, he's worked under some good managers, hasn't he? Ruud van Nistelrooy, like Gusidink. Obviously, Ten Hag did well at Ajax. He probably learned a lot of his experience there at Man United. But, yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. I think it's a good appointment. I think, you know, the style of football, I think the players can really get on board with. Really excited about the new manager. How do you think we'll do under him? I think we'll do good, you know. I think it's an appointment we can really get behind his fans. I think he'll really bring that bond with the fans as well. He seems like a very well-spoken character. His style of football is one that the owners have been very highly spoken about after Enzo left. And, yeah, Cooper just didn't work out, but hopefully this one is going to be key. Obviously, I think this one is a real long-term appointment. And, yeah, we're just going to get behind the manager, like I say, and we will go from there. But, guys, as always, if you are just joining us, hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already and you're new to the Final Whistle tonight. Please get down and subscribe. It would help me out massively. We're all wearing Rolex jumpers for West Ham, so I'm getting there, mate. I might order a few for Christmas. What do you reckon? But I hope you're well, Frank, and, you know, we can all dress like Van Nistelrooy. Now, checking. Get the Van Nistelrooy masks out for Brentford away. But no, let's go through the report. Let's see what has been reported by John Percy then. We don't want that. Ruud van Nistelrooy to be named new Leicester City manager. Dutchman in line to replace Steve Cooper, and he's crucially available with no compensation, as the club spoke about. Obviously, they talked about Corbrand, didn't they? But obviously, that was a compensation. Ruud van Nistelrooy is close to making a swift Premier League return as the manager of Leicester City. I think we give him a few years, he will do as good as a job as Brendan did. Rudy van Nistelrooy. Yeah. The Manchester United legend has held extensive talks with the Leicester hierarchy this week and is set to be confirmed as the replacement for Steve Cooper, who was sacked by the strugglers on Sunday afternoon. Ruud van Nistelrooy is crucially available with no compensation after recently leaving Manchester United following an interim stint. As 4 matches in charge after dismissal. Leicester have discussed the post with the 48-year-old, while the club's hierarchy has been determined to explore a number of options. Could appoint the former Netherlands international before the trip to Brentford on Saturday. Other possible candidates, including David Moyes, Graham Potter, have got ruled out by associates close to Leicester. Ruud van Nistelrooy may be considered a gamble, but he has experience of management with PSV, winning the KNVB Cup in 22-23 season before leaving near the end of the campaign. During his interim spell at Man United, he guided them to 2 victories over Cooper's Leicester. He has been a UEFA Pro license holder for more than 2 years and has previously coached the Netherlands team as an assistant to Ronald Koeman at the Euros 2020. Ruud van Nistelrooy lifted the Premier League title, FA Cup, League Cup in a glittering 5-year spell at Man United under Sir Alex Ferguson as a player. He also played for other heavyweight clubs, including Real Madrid, PSV, while appearing at 3 major tournaments with Netherlands. Leicester are 16th in the table, 1 point above the relegation zone after Saturday's match at Brentford. They face West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle and Wolves before Christmas, then Liverpool on Boxing Day, Manchester City. The 44-year-old was in charge. Decision taken by Leicester. They're on about Steve Cooper there. But Leicester fans, let me know your exciting thoughts on Ruud van Nistelrooy then. This is great news. He's my number 1 choice. I think he'll do well with the academy players as well. Yeah, big up Stu. It's an exciting appointment. I feel like we can actually look forward to games now, whereas under Cooper it felt like a bit of a dreaded one. Vardy smashed his record though. I'm sure that's the first conversation that them two are going to have, aren't they, regarding that record moment. Ruud van Nistelrooy held it in the 10 out of 10 goals scored in straight games, and Jamie Vardy beat it with the 11 and 11. Flynn says, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think we might have found our Brendan Rodgers replacement. Interesting one. Wolves will stay up now. Brendan Rodgers, Mike Starwell, Adam Sandler, Dean Smith, Enzo Maresca, Steve Cooper, and Ruud van Nistelrooy. We have had 5 managers over a year. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I believe it's the 9th manager to be appointed with Jamie Vardy being at the club since 2012. Ruud van Nistelrooy with his hands around, has to be the picture. What, talking about the 11 and 11? Steve Cooper's better. Door. You gotta let the Steve Cooper thing go, my friend. You know, this Agent Cooper scenario. He's gotta let it go, my friend. We've moved on since, and I think you need to move on, pal. But nah, what's your thoughts on Ruud van Nistelrooy? Leicester fans, how excited are you for this one? No, Enzo's better, obviously. It's one of them. Let's have a look. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Let's have a look at his tactical analysis. Let's have a look. Right. I'll tell you what. We're gonna have a little. Agent Cooper done a great job. So happy with top getting Ruud in. Yeah. Let's have a look at a bit of a tactical analysis of PSV with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Obviously, fans like to look at the tactical analysis. Everyone can see my screen, can't they? So this is a bit of a tactical analysis, is what I want to look at. Ruud van Nistelrooy's tactics and style of play at PSV. So Manchester United, yeah. Who is Ruud van Nistelrooy? So Ruud van Nistelrooy played his first competitive game under Ruud van Nistelrooy, former manager. Let's go and team faced in thing. Those impressions have been positive. Let's have a look at his style of football. So, coaching style and formation. So, it looks like he plays a 4-4-2-ish. Well, he did against Ajax. And then against Monaco, he sort of played a 4-1-2-3, a 4-1-2-2-1 in a different game. Well, 4-3-3, should we call it? It looks more like a thingy there, but it's two different formations here. Ruud van Nistelrooy's tactics have already shown flexibility. Against Ajax, they begin the game with 4-4-2, and against Monaco, 4-3-3. With Luke de Jong. Yeah. So style of football, traditionally, most Dutch managers favour a 4-3-3 that transitions to a 4-1-4-1 defensive shape when playing against the ball. Under Ruud van Nistelrooy's coaching style, the team defends in a 4-4-2 formation out of possession. As a team, PSV keeps a narrow, compact shape, keeping the space between the lines to minimise and forcing the opposition to play wide. Interesting. But that's how they played against Monaco. I mean, you can see it there with the amount of players that play in the transition, you know. You can see it there, the 4-3-3 out of position, in possession as well. Bit of tactical change. Under Van Nistelrooy, the team's pressing system would be classed as ball orientated. Obviously, the trigger sets the team as a high press. The ball comes into an area of the pitch, it presses, and then they come into like this type of, get rid of that. Defensive formations is they have created a 3 versus 2 or a 4 versus 2 in each scenario. So if you look at each of the scenarios here, PSV's in blue, by the way, so you can see the little diamond shape, and then a square look. So if you look at this, the positional play, looks to play through each third of the pitch, principles. I mean, then you look at the build up here again. I thought the Lats play quite wide, don't they, in a wide overload. I'm the defensive shape to a 4-2-4. So I want to take control. PSV doesn't follow the usual positional thing, where the attacker doing position transitions into attacking shape of a 3-3-1-3. I mean, that's an interesting one, a 3-3-1-3. That's more of an interesting type of the conclusion. Yeah, interesting regarding this. Regarding Ruud and how he wants to play, obviously. They say he plays medium block. So, yeah, now Rodgers beats Enzo and Cooper. Leicester have unpinned their last tweet. There we go. That's all you need to know, LCFC Jordan, innit? That's all you need to know. Let's be fair. 16th or 15th will do nicely. Yeah. Ruud's blue and white army. Yeah. Was the taking on the bees? Yeah. Just giving you a bit of analysis. You know, I've looked at a bit of analysis regarding Ruud van Nistelrooy's transitioning football and, you know, 4-4-2 at position from a 4-3-3. So it's a bit of one of them, you know, and hopefully the boys can get on board with his style of football. We have been stuck on 15th, 16th for a while. Like I say, as long as you finish above the relegation zone this season, it's all that matters, you know. And, you know, like I say, January is going to be massive for Leicester. And, you know, January is going to be huge for us to go and do something. Do you know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts on Ruud. You know, what's your thoughts? How do you think he'll get on? Are you happy with the appointment? You know, some say it's a gamble, but like I say, are you okay, Jack? Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. You? I'm very good. But yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy then. Leicester City's next manager, and like I say, the 9th manager since Jamie Vardy has come into the club. Like I say, he's had the likes of Shakespeare, Brendan Rodgers, Ranieri, Claude Puel, Dean Smith. He's had a few. Nigel Pearson, another one. It's Enzo Maresca, Steve Cooper, and now Ruud van Nistelrooy. So, yeah, interesting facts if you didn't know already. And I think it's Leicester's first Dutch manager as well in history. So, yeah, big up top. Get the new gaffer in very swiftly. This is the thing. Top's kind of put 100% into this, and he wanted to to get the new manager in and that, lead the process and that, with us this time round, we knew we had to get it right. We can't afford any mistakes. And, there's been a lot with what Top's done regarding going to the training ground, having a meeting with the players and that, and sorting different things out there, and then sorting the manager vacancy out as well, and really being hands-on. And this is what you want to see, Top taking some real control now, and hopefully it's more things to come. Ignore it, mate. They have pinned another tweet. Man's reading, Christmas letters. You might see Ruud van Nistelrooy read a Christmas letter at some point. It's going to sound crazy, but I think these next few seasons are going to be perfect time for Leicester to push. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting... I was just trying to read a few things on my phone regarding the whole Ruud van Nistelrooy thing, and I was a bit reading a few tweets and that, and it looks like everyone happy. Has he joined Leicester? Yes, he has. Sales in turtlenecks will rock it. Yes, they will. I mean, it's mad, isn't it? Jamie Vardy, the current holder of the scoring consecutive Premier League 11 and 11, the new manager coming in was the man who was like the Jamie Vardy's predecessor, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Do you get what I mean? Who scored 10 in 10. Vardy broke his record. Do you know what I mean? And yes, it's mad, isn't it? Ruud van Nistelrooy and Jamie Vardy at the same club now. Who'd have thought that from bloody 2016 after Vardy broke his record, It's the weather to wear a turtleneck. I mean, yeah, if you want to go and buy a turtleneck for Brentford away or something like that to support Ruud van Nistelrooy, then feel free. But no, I think it's a good appointment. I think it's done very swiftly from Leicester. I think they knew who they wanted to get in. I know there was a few rumours of Lee Carsley and Corberán, Graham Potter, Moyes. But you never know, though. And let me say this. You never know if Leicester City tapped Van Nistelrooy up straight away after he left Man United, dear. You never know, but yeah. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? Let's just leave it at that. When he's going to be manager his first game. Well, hopefully Brentford. Just imagine if Vardy says, Van Nistelrooy, I broke your record on 15 in his interview. Yeah, would be a late Christmas present seeing us beat Manchester City. I mean, I think Ruud van Nistelrooy, he'd be looking forward to these big games now coming up, a big block of fixtures for Leicester where 4 games where they can get points out of, and hopefully we can get off to a good start under the new manager. The players can really get involved and get on board with his ideas and how he wants to play, and and hopefully he can bring that real good factor back to the club, and bring that real good factor back with the players as well, and where they can enjoy the football again and really start to kick on. I'm grateful for the appointment, especially considering some of the dross we was linked with. Graham Potter, he probably blocked Leicester's number at that point, thought, Steve Cooper's getting sacked, they're going to call me in again. But I think David Moyes rolled in out for like the Everton job or something. Then you look at Corberán, I think he was more happy to stay at West Brom. And it's interesting. Can you imagine? The thing is, he did come cheap though, Dawn. He did come cheap because we didn't have to pay the compensation for him. Obviously, Top did say to the players, we want a free agent manager, someone who's not in a job. Yeah, my phone's going off at the minute, and sorry if it keeps pinging. Not lost, but they drew 3-3 with final, but they 3-0. I think he's on about Manchester City. Ping, yeah. Right now is the time to play Manchester City. Stu, you're as optimistic as me, my friend, regarding that. At the minute, we can only take it game by game. You know, Manchester City's run's not going to bloody last forever, is it, as people think? Yeah, no conversation. Ruud to be in charge for the Brentford game. Thank you for looking at that one, Dan. I'm sure you've looked at Fossil. It's a rude awakening for Leicester. I mean, we can go to bed happy tonight, can't we? Knowing that we've got a new manager in, something to look forward to. The fans can get behind, and hopefully, like I say, Ruud can bring that real feel-good factor back. And, I'll be supporting him. Yeah. Looking forward to being at the King Power now for the West Ham game. Like I say, big game. Ruud van Nistelrooy, tra-la-la-la-la. Yeah. No, Leicester Mercury. Well, first Dutch manager to manage Leicester City. I don't even know the words of it. Yeah. I mean, players that we've had, Dutch players who've played for Leicester, Jeffrey Brumo, Patrick Van Aanholt have played for Leicester, Dutch players. We've never had a manager, have we, who's Dutch? Like I say, Ruud brings that, that real vibe about him, I put a video out earlier on X with Ruud van Nistelrooy bloody dancing and that. You know what I'm saying? The guy looks like he's got some moves. Ruud in, get in. Yeah. Do you know what, DJ Kisbo? I could not put it better myself regarding that. Ruud in, get in. Technically, they weren't our players. Ross, they still played for the club. It doesn't matter whether they were loan or whatever. They still played for Leicester City, Van Aanholt and Ruud will be officially Leicester's permanent. Yeah. How we had a normal, they have all been. Well, we've had a few, haven't we? Was it Nigel Worthington at one point? Martin O'Neill. I've had a fair few, haven't we? I mean, Jerry Taggart, he took the job for a little bit when he got to me. It's me, Kieran Lowe. Yeah. Kieran, if you want to come on and give me your views, mate, I'll send the link out to anybody. Gray, if you want to come on and give me a chat about Van Nistelrooy and what you think he'll bring to Leicester City, which key players are obviously going to be my phone's going again. Yeah. Big statement from Top. That's not good. Someone's now ringing. I'm going to have to put my phone on silent. Big statement from Top. Top bollocks the players for their antics at the weekend and then underperformed for Cooper. Top not happy, bunny. Yeah. Like I say, Top's took control. And big credit to Top. Jacket looks dark. Does it? It looks dark, does it? Brentford should be interested now. What's happened to the light? Nothing's happened to the light. Oh, I don't know. Hello, Gray. I think it's Cooper calling, explaining why he got the sack. Mate, I've got Ruud van Nistelrooy on speed dial, I'm telling you. I've got him on speed dial. I'm joking. Do you really think I'd have Ruud van Nistelrooy's number? All right, H. Yeah, first game in the game game's pretty in now. Yeah. Cool eye. Yeah. 2-0 Leeds. Not really interested in Leeds, to be honest. No disrespect. And like I say, it's one of them. I will bring you on LCFC 993 if you're not on FIFA or anything. I just want you to sit perfectly fine. If you could turn your camera the other way, as I'd suspect. Yeah. Let's get caller The guests get one caller, Rob.
Caller number one. Well,
when is it being announced? He's already been announced. It's just the paperwork that needs doing in it. But Ruud van Nistelrooy is now Leicester's manager.
Do you know why your phone keeps buzzing, Jack? It's the club telling you that your duties are no longer applied.
Yeah, I've handed the reins to Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah,
I need the job and not you. You're not experienced enough. Whistle. Quick to FIFA.
Well, here we go. I mean, as Fabrice Romano Spaghettio says, here we go. So,
what's your initial thoughts, Ross? Van Nistelrooy,
I think obviously it's a good appointment. Obviously,
Is it what you wanted at the start?
Well, obviously, everyone always has their differences. Obviously, I jokingly always wanted Mourinho. That was a joke, by the way, because he would never have come. But Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously, I know Vardy's 37, but I've always said this. No, I'm not playing it. Not playing it. Look, see, not playing it. I've only just got in from shopping. So anyway, and Ruud, if he could get more out of Vardy. It sounds daft that. I know Vardy's 37, but Ruud van Nistelrooy is one of the best strikers to ever grace the Premier League. I am. In fact, my tickets come today or tomorrow.
I got the Spurs qualification finally. Well, there you go.
And obviously, he'll bring that up with that attacking sense. I mean, if he's at Brentford, he'll get a good reception on Saturday at Brentford. And then the first game against West Ham, that'll be very interesting indeed. So it's good. And obviously he's kind of seen what needs to improve from the games where he destroyed us. And when he was at Man U, he kind of knew. So he knows not to play Danny Wood. But no, on a serious note though, it's a good appointment, I think. And we'll have to see what happens. I look forward to it.
Ross, how do you think he gets his squad going then? They need that feel-good factor back, don't they? They were used to it. Enzo ball is what we want to call it. We can now call it Van Nistelrooy ball. Do you think he can get the players playing again the way they did before, what they were more settled and used to doing?
I'm hoping so. Obviously, it depends on what his starting lineup's going to be. Obviously, he's not got much choice. What with Fatawu out and all that stuff. So Winks is out as well, as far as I'm aware. I mean, it looks all right from the party he went to. But no, I obviously it's going to take time. Give it a few games to settle in. He's only just going to be announced tomorrow. So, don't expect nothing. Rome wasn't built in a day. Or in this case, PSV wasn't built in a day, so we got to give him a chance. And he is also, the good thing is it's about to be Jacob tomorrow.
He has been confirmed by John Percy in that he will be Leicester's manager. Yeah,
I'm creating my video as we speak. That's why I'm on my phone.
Like I say, there's a few. Like I say, the paperwork's been done, and it's just sorting things out now. A couple of little bits with his side.
I like Daniel's comment.
Really Vardy up front on Saturday.
Do you know what? Right, it would not surprise me if he announces that randomly, if we needed a striker, he would happily register himself. Unregister Pat Sendaka. I tell you what, I'll rephrase that. Unregister Edward and stick Van Nistelrooy in. Imagine them two up front. Imagine I know it's not.
Manager.
Prime Vardy. Can you imagine this, Jack? And this is just like imagine it a minute. Prime Vardy, Prime Ruud. Holy Christ! Now, how good he was. He actually scored. I mean, someone could Google this. His first hat-trick for Manchester United against Leicester.
He did score against Leicester at the...
No, he didn't score his first hat-trick.
Walker Stadium.
In the Walker Stadium. Do you know who scored? Test your knowledge, Jack. Who scored for Leicester in that game? I know who it was, but I just want to know if you know it very quickly.
What was it? 3-1?
It was 4-1.
4-1.
Solskjaer scored their goal. Ruud van Nistelrooy got a hat-trick. And it's the first hat-trick he scored for Man U. I'll give you a clue.
Go on.
He's a right back. Scored a lot of own goals.
Frank Sinclair.
You are correct.
That's no surprise,
that was just a quick trivia then. So, Leicester's next birthday, we should all have managers playing for the Foxes. Oh, but this is another thing as well. Obviously, I mentioned this on Jack's stream other night. This will be Vardy's 9th manager.
Is that including Michael Appleton, Ross?
No, it doesn't include Michael Appleton. In proper managers.
Permanent managers, yeah.
Permanent managers, obviously, we went through them with that, so we don't need to go through them again. But ironically, where's the number 9? And obviously, he's got the 9th member manager. And not just that as well, with Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. Obviously, Vardy broke his own record. So there's a lot of things to go through, obviously, in a short space of time in these next couple of days. You can see Jack's videos on it.
The big fix for Van Nistelrooy, Ross, has got to be defence on it.
Yes.
He did do it at PSV. He really strengthened them up quite well with the players that he had to deal with there. He likes to play a 4-4-2 out of possession, but in possession, it's a 4-3-3. So it's going to be interesting if the players can really get their teeth into his tactics, Ross. I mean, this team has been shy of not scoring many goals in games, but hopefully we can start having more and be more hard to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, he's got to the first game. He's basically he's going to have a look and what he probably might even know what his first 11 is going to be just by watching them 2 games. Obviously, the League Cup and the league game, so he'll probably know who is going to be starting 11.
I'm happy that's Ross, you look at the assistant managers. Surely he's got someone in mind who could be a real. I don't know. It could be a world-class bloody someone who's in coaching who would like to join him in his backroom staff who have been doing the coaching badges and that maybe. Would you take Ruud on it or someone like that?
Yeah, anyone obviously that's going to help him. Obviously, Ruud, RVN. We'll just go with RVN because obviously that's his initials. So RVN, where he's obviously still young, he's still learning on management. He'd obviously at PSV, obviously Dutch league, obviously different. He had them 4 games at Man U and stuff like that. So we just got to adapt. He's got to adapt, and obviously with the players he's got, so hopefully he'll bring some players in in January. Obviously, who knows? He could lure some Dutch players. Who knows? Weghorst. Do you remember when he followed us on Twitter, on Instagram?
Yeah.
But anyway, no, let's see what happens. The first game is all basically, you think, right, he's not playing next game, and that's it. And then so he's going to play probably the same. It's either going to be the same team or slightly different, and then he's going to go from there. And we'll see what happens. And I'm looking forward to it. I think if it goes well,
January is going to be big as well for him, knowing it, Ross, regarding which positions he feels really need strengthening the team. But the board have got to back him, haven't they, Ross?
Yes,
really
absolutely.
Got to back him with money to bring players in.
Absolutely. And obviously,
the first chat he would have said to him, "Are you going to back me in January?" I think one of the first questions he would have said to Top. Am I going to get backed? Because if I am, then I'll happily take it. If I'm not, then I'll kind of walk away and you get somebody else in.
And not just that manager, Man United, that is Almiron, he might regret letting Ruud go. Or I don't know if it was the club's decision or Ruud, Almiron, whatever you want to call him, Manchester, whatever, right? He might, who knows what will happen. And let's just see if Ruud can do it, and we'll go from there.
Can you see us being able to?
Yeah,
I think so. I think
let's get rid of some.
Some players can sign pre-contracts with other clubs. Do you think it'll be possession-based football or more attacking-minded? I think maybe you'll see a bit of both. Scott, to be fair, obviously your best defense is your attack. So maybe we get the best out of James Justin, who's not really been great this season. Maybe he'll turn his season around. I mean, Fast needs bloody tightening up a bit in defence.
He's dropping more like, but yeah.
He might even think about a different sense about partnership. You've got the midfielders who he's got quite a bit to choose from. Obviously, he did well with Sangare at PSV. Maybe we could turn Ndidi a bit more.
It's going to be interesting.
Ross, I think you'd be happy enough with the above the relegation zone, wouldn't you? This
yeah, but we can't think about that now. We need to obviously establish, what type of style he's going to play and everything. I mean, as long as there's two things that I do wish for, right? And I would say one of them is the goalkeeper situation, but I'm not going to go into it. But as long as he keeps the same goalkeeper, that's all that matters. Yeah. And do you know what? We need a left back because Ronan Keaton he's not doing very well at the minute. Justin, I mean, obviously, he's been at our club for 5 years now. So obviously, with Ricardo out, which is a shame.
Very optimistic.
Let's hope so. And obviously, obviously, we've got to focus on Brentford on Saturday. Let's get into it. So,
that's it. So it's one to look forward to, isn't it, Ross? With Ruud in charge now, obviously, the guy has a turtleneck jumper. Which we can all get involved in. Rossi LCFC 1993 in a turtleneck jumper.
You mean Ken Barlow, Ross? What was it about?
Like Scott says, it'd be interesting to see who his backroom staff is and who he makes captain as well. Will he keep the same captain? Will he want...
Here's a question then, Jack. Here's a big question. So, do you know how when we had the one-game wonder of Tete with all the Brazilian flags in the Aston Villa end, in the away end?
Yeah.
Are we going to have Dutch flags?
Do you
know what? That's a big question, because last time we brought loads of flags. With Tete had that one-game wonder. Obviously, I'm not saying that Ruud's going to be a one-game wonder for his manager, but we need to support him and back him and bring some Dutch flags, bring some clogs. The only thing is with Netherlands, they're associated with a lot of things, but we'll go with clogs on this one.
Interesting. But no, Ross, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Take care and follow that whistle.
That was Ross. Appreciate that. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel as the Ruud van Nistelrooy era begins at Leicester City. Something to look forward to. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already and be appreciated. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and keep it at the final whistle. Good night. Hi all. Thank you for watching the final whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share, and subscribe to the channel.